Hello. It's us.
Hello.
How are you? It's us plus this guy who is not cooperating tonight. So I'm gonna be fighting him pretty much the whole stream, probably. That's fine. Hello, how are you? We're fine. Everything's fine here. Hi. We're live from the apocalypse. If you've never caught us before, we're a not-for-profit TTRPG, a studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts and things like that to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other important causes. And we're currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. So we just ask that if you like what you see here, instead of doing the normal Twitch things of subscribing or giving us bits, you instead take the $5 or the $6 or whatever the cost of a Twitch subscription is going for these days, and you maybe give it directly to medical aid for Palestinians instead of to us, because we just play silly games on the internet and they will do very good and important work with it. To that end, you may notice that we have hidden the subscribe button. We have replaced it with a donate button. And you can use that at any point during the stream to donate. If you do that, an alert will play. It'll interrupt whatever's going on. We will thank you for your generous donation, and then we will eventually get back to the game. And you can see, we can't stop you from subscribing, especially if you have an Amazon Prime subscription. It comes included in the cost of your Amazon Prime. Got to put it somewhere. We're somewhere. How do we feel about that? Do we like that more? Are people more comfortable with that phrasing? No? It's the same effect? Okay. Sure. All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll just go back to what I was saying before then. It's all the same. What's the thing that I have to say? Oh, yeah, just be aware that if you subscribe to this channel, Beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brendan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will murder one dog for every month that you're subscribed to this channel, so maybe just give money to medical aid for Palestinians instead of subscribing. This is Nephilim Tenebris. It is a gritty, near-future sci-fi game set about 100 years from today. It's, fairly grounded. It's fun. We'll see what happens. But before we get into our story, we're going to go ahead and introduce our cast of characters, our players, starting with Alex.
I expected this. Hello, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns. Tonight I'm going to be playing Dr. Richard Courtney, who also uses he, him pronouns. He's the Sawbones, the ship's doctor of the Tenebris, and if Richard were a Magic the Gathering commander, he would be a white-red. Thank you.
Don't fucking do this to me.
I did it.
All right. Everybody say what commander your character is, I guess.
Oh,
Eli.
No. Oh no. My name is Eli. I go by any and all pronouns. I am playing your favorite junker in space, Padlock, who also goes by any and all pronouns. I don't play enough Magic the Gathering, unfortunately.
It's red and blue.
Red and blue.
Well, the thing is that I do when I do play Commander, I think it's a green deck, and the only reason why I do play it is because I spend most of my time just laying down trees because it is the only time I will be able to afford owning so much land, and that is all.
That's real, and that's real,
and that's real as hell.
Yeah.
But Padlock is blue-red for sure.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Whatever that means.
Q?
Hi, I'm Q. I am playing he, him. I remembered. Playing Mr. Cassidy, Captain Cassidy Starrunner. Also he, him. He's the jockey playbook. He's having a time out here, in these interstellar streets. Probably fun. And if he was a commander, okay, let's see. I can't go with my normal combo. I don't know.
You were the only person that I was expecting to have an answer to this
Really?
question.
No.
I mean-
See, because here's my thing. My thing. There's too much. I know too much.
Yeah.
I know too much. Okay.
I feel like a blue control deck might be good for Cassidy. I don't know. I'm leaning blue.
He likes fun. So we're gonna go red, blue, green. We're gonna go teamer. That seems fair.
Wow. 3
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
That also tracks.
And Rose.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Rose. I use they and she pronouns. I will be playing Jojo Broxson, the Tenebris' chief engineer, who also uses they, she pronouns, or she uses she, they. I don't know. Say she and they. You'll probably be right. As for, I had 3 other people in front of me to think about which color she would be, and I am also having trouble. Similar for Q. I think I know too much, but I think I'm going to settle on also red and white. Equipment, building things, stacking on top of each other. So, gonna be joining our sawbones. That's Joe.
All right. Okay. And hello. Hi. My name is Will. I'm your storyteller for this game. And I play everybody else. And if I was a commander in Magic the Gathering, probably Optimus Prime, I guess. Let's go into our game now. There's the chat.
Before Wizards of the Coast comes and sends the Pinkertons on us. Is
Didn't
this
they
licensed content?
Isn't there like a Transformers deck now? I know they've been doing everything else.
There was
Yeah.
a secret lair. There was a part
Yeah.
of one of the sets that had actual Transformer cards, and some of them were actually pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
What's
They're,
Frodo?
What's Frodo?
Yeah.
Oh, black red.
Yeah,
I was
the
gonna
boy
say,
gives me black red.
what's the most annoying color combination?
Blue black.
Blue black.
Yeah, it might be blue black.
Yeah.
I shake hands with Alex. We have
Thank
been
you.
burned too many times.
True. Well, to be fair, blue, black, white.
Mm.
Esper.
Yeah.
Which is what I
Of
play, Commander,
course, you monster.
because I am a monster. Anyway,
Look at that boy.
look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Never done anything wrong in his life except for all
Never.
of the crimes that he committed today.
Every
Acquitted.
day.
Yeah.
Right. The jury finds not guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
didn't-
Jury nullification.
Where's legal
oh,
and this is defamation and slander.
I'm missing 7 dice across different sets.
Oh no.
wow.
Thanks to him.
They're under something.
They're under the couch, which I know because I can hear him playing with them. But I can't
Good
get to
boy,
them, and every
Frodo.
time he knocks them out and I try to grab them, he knocks them back under the couch.
He's truly on the player's side, and I respect that about him.
Truly is. Anyway, we should move on before the Magic the Gathering send their Pinkertons after us. You know, they come after us with their red-white decks.
Blue, white, but yes.
Yes.
Just making a
Well,
joke about the color pink, but okay.
No, but blue, white is the cops. Blue, white is cops. Just
I guess that's true.
ACAB.
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 ACAB indeed.
ACAB indeed.
Spacab, because we're in space.
right.
ACAB?
Space
Spake
cab.
ad.
Spake ad, space cod.
I do.
All
I
of
do
the
hate
pets
that.
suddenly got very scared.
I do
Or
hate
happy?
that, I think. Yeah.
His time is coming, and he's blissfully unaware. Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, let's get on into it. Who remembers where we left off? I remember, but I'd like to hear it from you all.
Cassidy met a hot doctor who
Yes.
read him for filth.
Unnecessarily. Uncalled
No.
for. Uncalled
No,
for.
it was,
It was uncalled for.
yeah,
Might have been called for.
I don't think it was.
it was specifically
Mars is
requested,
rough.
I think.
By whomst? By whomst?
Stop.
Like sandpaper. Just
They didn't ask for shit.
when you need it the most.
Okay.
But yeah, we are on a offshoot of the main Mars colony because we had some trouble getting out to this outpost. And now I think
Mhm.
we're there. And except for Alec, or for I'm using player names and not character names.
No,
Um,
that's fine.
Dr. Richard Courtney and Dr. Padlock are currently on the ship in the home base,
Yeah.
and we are trying
Um,
to reconnect the party of Joe and Cass and
Yes.
the rest.
for multiple reasons. For multiple reasons now. One, we're trying to go get your friend. For two, we just heard word that there's going to be a drop. There's going to be a bombardment.
And 3, Padlock was given a very special, fun task to do.
Well, that fun task leads to the first one. But yeah, you sure were.
Well, very cool. I think with that in mind, we'll probably go ahead and dive right back in on pretty much where we left off, which was with Dicky and Padlock getting back to the Tenebris.
Oh, and Nevin. We brought Nevin with us.
And you brought Nevin with you. He's with you.
Captain's boyfriend.
Yeah. So we see the darkened, powered down interior of the Tenebris as the airlock releases with a hiss and the lights automatically start to flicker on. First, some of the overheads that still function that haven't burned out a long time ago and gone unreplaced. But then also all of the various other fairy lights, Christmas lights, little halogen light bulbs that have been added over the years that the ship has been in operation. I swear to God. Through the airlock, I think steps Padlock, Dicky, and then Nevin. What's the vibe? Are y'all in a hurry? In a rush?
I think it's a little bit of a hurry, at least for Padlock. I think it's just like the brain is moving like 10,000 miles per hour because now I'm having to like get this whole ship up and running. That's not their normal like function in general, so it's just trying to like sort out what we need to do to get that going. And they're kind of just like talking to themselves while they're just like turning on flips and switches and things like that and getting things powered up. So they're just kind of like just back and forth, trying to do that, bump it into Dicky and Nevin in between all of this rushing and rumbling around.
Absolutely, Padlock. You said about flipping switches, like you said, getting things set for takeoff. This is not usually your responsibility, but you are very familiar with all of the processes, even the ones that are normally carried out by other people, which just leaves sort of Dicky, you standing there with a very anxious and kind of confused looking Nevin, who looks around, looks at you, and kind of spreads his arms and says, "What should I do?"
Well, do you know anything about engine? No, Joe does not want you near the engines. Maybe you could go up to the. I don't know if Cassidy would want you in the chair in that way.
He turns very red.
Heh, got him. Fucking got him.
Excuse me, I like bumped through.
You sure did bully that twink. Good job, Dicky.
Yeah, I did. Usually the twink being bullied, I think Dicky is going to take a small amount of joy in that. But he doesn't really have much to do when we're getting the ship ready. He mostly just makes sure that the medical bay is prepped and ready to go, which it always is. But I think he's going to look at Nevin and be like, "You should probably take the front of the ship navigation, you know stuff about that, right?
I mean, I took the intro course. Yeah, I can figure it out. I'm
You're
sure.
fine. Then you're fine. And I think Dickie has been in the engine room enough that he knows that there are certain things that Joe hits when things need to go.
Yeah.
So I think he will head back there and very daintily try to not get himself dirty while also at the same time trying to figure out how to get this ship, get the engine ready.
Right, absolutely. And Nevin scurries off now that you've established yourself as the alpha twink. He adheres to your authority. So you go for the engine room, Dickie, and yeah, I mean you're kind of standing there. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah, you've seen JoJo go through this process enough times that you can probably hit the things that you've seen JoJo hit in the past. I do think I might be rolling something.
The biggest roll something.
Cool.
Please don't blow up my ship. Please don't blow up
It's
my
brains,
ship.
right? It's Dickie's best stat. It's brains.
I mean, actually, I think in this case, yeah, you it takes you a little while. You hit a bunch of different things, but eventually you find the right things to hit in the right combination, and the ship starts to rumble under your feet. For a moment, you're like, "Is it going to blow up?" But it doesn't.
Oh, thank God.
And Padlock, obviously, you are far more familiar with the rest of the ship and the rest of the systems. And so it's not long before you are ready to take off.
So you don't need us to roll?
Not to do this, no.
Oh, good. Great.
Good.
Yeah.
You did it.
I don't like this.
Teamwork.
I'm so fucking nervous.
I'm so afraid.
I
Literally gonna
wouldn't worry
explode.
about it.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
that
Ted gets into the captain's chair, just hand on the console, just looking at all of it, going, okay.
Hell yeah.
Murmuring things of their intro to flying class that they took 5 years ago.
Yep. Love that all of us are running on our engineering 101, flight 101. We're just this is fine. We had the best instructors. At least this is Dickie's thought. We had the best instructors, the best students. We are fine.
I put those hours in that simulation. It's fine. It's fine. We did it.
I was only marked deceased on my final 3 times. Okay?
The Tenebris.
Cassidy and I are just holding each other. Oh my god.
The Tenebris rises up out of the dry dock, out of the pit, and up into the air. Which point, Padlock, where are you taking her?
I am taking her to that one town that I keep forgetting its name.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Keep going to Providence.
It's not that.
It's...
I
Does
wrote
it
it
begin
down.
with a P? Parable.
Parable.
I was it
Parable.
does begin with a P.
With a P. Yeah.
For some reason, my brain actively rejects this name for some reason over and over and over again.
This is not a place.
This is not a place, but I'm heading to Parable. Hopefully, we have some way to track Cassidy and JoJo. So I'm following that on the nav to get to them as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. You can ping their system, absolutely. You get a return. You track them to Parable. Tenebris is not a ship that's built for atmospheric flight. So she is rattling and making noises that she does not normally make,
Oh no.
which is a little bit uncomfortable. But, Dickie, I imagine you've stood in this engine room enough times while JoJo just sort of repeated, she'll hold together. She'll hold
And
together.
I think there's a blast of steam that absolutely like ruffles him, and he's unexpected, but he's just doing the same thing. It's like, she'll hold together. She will hold together. She'll hold together. Just like,
Absolutely
Yeah.
deeply uncomfortable, very awful. But you are zooming across the surface of the planet. You see it flying by below you. Cassidy and JoJo.
Yeah.
Jumping back to Parable.
Yeah.
What are you two up to?
We just intercepted a very upsetting message. Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
That
Was the doc-
I believe which said basically once the transport is clear,
Yeah.
begin bombardment.
Yep. Yeah.
Do we?
Is the doctor there?
The doctor is there. The doctor can be there. You can find the doctor if you want to. You left your crew member on the. You left Luna on the comms, basically monitoring them from the clinic, from the doctor's clinic.
Right. All right. I heard outside. We heard outside. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I will. We're gonna go talk to the doc again.
Do you think, Captain, if I can, is the person we met Maeve, who's over on the main place? Captain.
Maeve is in Independence.
Yeah. Captain, you think I should call Maeve? Tell her about this signal.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I can do that. All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that while you find your doctor.
Sure.
I'll follow, yeah. So I'm just rolling, but then trying to connect to Maeve on whatever handheld I have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the signal stuff is a little dodgy. You're pretty far away from Independence at this point, but
even just sending a message, like I'm happy to just be like, trying to send a red alert.
In proximity of the clinic, because it has the comm center, you can basically piggyback a signal. So I think looking at your handheld, you see Maeve's face appear, but the video is unstable. It's clearly shaky, and sometimes the audio is cutting out. Like, I think you hear her say, "Jojo?
Maeve. Shit, Maeve, you can hear this. We intercepted a call. They're gonna bombard Independence. They're coming. You gotta get underground or get out. Save as many folks as you can. We're making a hot exit."
Pete, what?
They're coming. Be ready. Shelling. They're gonna drop bombs, Maeve.
You see the picture. You see Maeve with a concerned expression on her face. And then you realize that the signal froze like that just before it dropped.
Fuck.
As the blocky letters disconnected appear on your device.
I think Joe is this close to breaking the thing, but realizes that padlock isn't there to fix it. So instead just like closes it hard. Hope that she gets the message.
And JoJo, it was Shakes that you spoke to? Your old
Shakes.
buddy? Yeah. Okay, cool. who is currently imprisoned on the transport that's about to depart up for the warship.
Well, Shake's in a better position than any of us right now, so.
Does look that way. Okay. Cassidy, you were looking for the doctor.
Yes. Yeah,
I think it's not hard for you to find her, yeah.
Yeah, she seems like the one that's actually like respected here. I haven't seen any other leaders, so I'm just gonna assume. Hey, Doc, you in charge around here?
Well, no one's exactly in charge around here, but...
Okay. You'll get enough people to listen. We just caught a little snippet, little clip from some ships. Some of the guys up there. They're going to be bombarding the planet, probably. We're not entirely sure where. Could be Independence, could be here, could be, again, the whole planet. So I just want you to, like, get your people safe somewhere.
She looks around with kind of a wry expression on her face and says, "Where are we supposed to go, Captain?"
I don't know. Is there an underground?
Parables only existed for about 5 years. There's no underground. There's barely any basements.
Okay. Then basements, then. I'm just giving you the information I got. Okay?
What are you going to do about it?
Gonna get out.
No, you're not.
That's the goal.
I don't think
I
you're
like
the kind
it.
of... I don't think you're the kind of man that can just pack up and leave when things get dangerous.
The situation happens to be involved with something that I'm already doing. So we're not clear on the how of getting out, but we've got somewhere to be. So that's where we're gonna go.
Right. You're not going to go try to be a hero. You were just already walking in that direction.
I mean, I'm not gonna be a hero.
I said try.
I'm not gonna try. I'm not a hero, Doc. Just out here trying to survive.
I didn't say you were.
Okay, so anyway, I gotta go now. Because I don't want you to like send me an invoice for the psychoanalyst. I didn't ask for that. I'm not paying it. It's just not happening. So he's gonna leave. He's gonna go before she says any more words to him.
Careful out there, Captain.
Yeah. Thanks. You too. I think I'm gonna use the comms before I go since we're here. It's like I'm gonna hit up Dickie and Padlock.
Yeah, I think Padlock, you and then Dickie, you don't hear it at first probably because the comms in the engine room are bad. And also it's loud. But you can kind of make out every other word coming through Padlock. You can hear it pretty loud and clear coming through the captain's console as you're piloting.
Okay. hey guys, I'm sure you're coming as quick as you can. I am going to need a double time. We need to stop a transport ship from leaving because when it does, they're going to bombard the planet. So,
Oh, I mean, I'm moving her as fast as we can. You know, I don't know if you're aware. Jojo says this all the time. We're not really supposed to be doing this so low in the atmosphere.
yeah, I know. Hey, do me a favor.
Yes.
Look on the left side of the console. There's a little strip of tape, right? It's electric blue tape. I'm gonna need you to lift that. I'm gonna need you to press that button.
Oh, secret buttons. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna rip the whole tape off. I'm not even gonna like save it for later.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, hold on, Dickie. If you can hear me, hold on to your butts. Hang tight. So it's like Dick, hip, hold.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Butts.
So, you definitely heard
Captain,
your
you-
name and butts loud and clear.
Sticky butts.
Dicky Butts.
Oh,
I'm all right, and I'm gonna slam the button without even.
Dickie's
No,
like,
no,
maybe
what?
I need to go find Nevin?
It's just a little extra
Right.
boost. It's fine. Just a little extra boosty.
Captain, you're not talking about the boot in the boom.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Joe is just like, she'll hold up fine. She'll hold up fine. She'll hold up fine. It's gonna be fine.
The rumble of Tenebris, Dickie, in the engine room gives way to a roar as the engines kick into overdrive, as whatever chemical that's been sitting there is injected into your fuselage and launches you forward at ludicrous speeds. Cassidy,
Yeah.
as you are getting ready to sign off of the comms or close the comms out, you hear a voice from outside of the clinic unmistakably that yells, Omari,
Oh no. Don't have
get
time
your
for
ass out here, Omari.
Who the hell is Omari? Oh shit.
Come out and
Oh.
face me like a man.
Oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this.
Captain.
We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this.
And yet,
All right. Hey, I'm just gonna walk. I'm walking, like heading towards the outside. I'm gonna look at the doc. Hey, doc, how much is it to heal a gunshot wound?
I don't think the doctor's there. You sent her out to start gathering
right,
people.
to do the thing. Fuck.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep. I think
Tenebris
you're alone
got
in
a
the
med
clinic.
bay.
It's true. Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not there. Okay, sorry.
You might be there. I don't know where
Yeah.
else you'd
I
be,
thought
Jojo.
yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I assumed that
We're
was
heading.
them. So.
Yeah, we're heading that
Yeah.
way. It's fine.
Yeah, I assume you've
Yeah.
kind of been in the vicinity of the clinic this whole time. The voice is definitely coming from outside of the clinic.
Cool.
I guess I'm going outside.
Not without me, ain't.
No shit.
They might be
And-
less likely to shoot you if I'm there. Not. Doesn't always work.
You take a step outside and you see a man standing there. His dress, his manner of dress, you immediately recognize from the crawler transport that brought you here when you were raided. He's wearing the leather jacket, the leather pants. It's covered in like the panels of metal that mark it as like mining gear as opposed to just regular clothing, essentially. The sort of mask that he had on, similarly mining gear, is not covering his face. And now that his features are kind of exposed, you can get a better look at him and you can see that Malachi bears a striking resemblance to Cassidy Starrunner.
Looks back, looks up. I don't think it's right for me to say this, but
Don't. Then don't. Then don't.
okay.
Jump,
You
jump.
guys got, all right, friend of yours.
I doubt he'd call us that.
History.
Yeah.
Any good parts of it?
Oh, yeah. Tons of them. Mal, what do you want?
There you are, big brother.
Yep. I'm here.
You thought I'd just forget?
No,
You thought that we'd
obviously
run
not.
into each other after you disappeared for all these years, after you abandoned us for your better life, and that I'd just let you walk away?
Better life? Better life. Is that what you think? Is that what you think happened? Really? Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. I don't have time for this. I have to go. You can either come with me, and we can talk about this.
Has it been
or-
hard out there, Omari?
It's Cassidy now.
You couldn't even keep your name.
No. Didn't deserve it.
You didn't deserve it, or we didn't deserve it?
I didn't deserve it.
You said you were going to come back for us.
Yeah. I did. But I couldn't.
You didn't. But there's a difference.
Yeah. I used the word that I meant, Malcolm.
How
I'm
am I
sorry.
supposed to believe a word that you say?
Yeah. Truthfully, maybe you don't. Hey. Come with me. Right now. Well, soon. Because I got things to do. You got people here?
You know, it's just as well, I guess.
Do you have people here?
He, from the strap is kind of hanging off his shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
he pulls up that big-ass shipbreaker gun, points it directly at you, and says,
Do not fire that gun. I will shoot you.
it's just as well. I didn't come here to talk.
But you just first time see your brother and you're gonna fire at him? Come on, there's a lot of space out there in the empty. Some of us give everything to try and get back, and if Cass says that he couldn't get to you, he couldn't. Look,
I didn't start this. He left. Not me. He
but
left.
even you left. And you left too. You're the one, you're talking all this shit. But we're out on Jupiter.
Real quick. Well, I'm going to let you know now. If I hear the whee of that gun, I'm shooting him.
Joe's also, like, she's still shorter considerably in her chair, but even just for, like, the scene, she wheels herself in front of Cass to, like, be, like, essentially tacitly saying, if you shoot him, you're going through me.
And yeah, Jojo, I think as you're saying that mid-sentence, he just yells, shut up. And then, Cassidy, you do hear the whir of the gun, which is going to fire directly at JoJo.
I'm gonna shoot him. No, I'm gonna shoot him.
Bunch of things are gonna happen. Bunch of things are gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
Bunch of things are gonna happen here. So let's see here. You've got. I think this is gonna be getting a fight. Obviously.
Yep. I need you guys to show up and show out today, please.
It's a good time. We really need them.
Okay. Hey, real quick.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll. I haven't rolled yet. I'm gonna roll. But I do have a question. Right? The gun, the thing that he has, is that a projectile?
It is. It's just a massive fucking shell.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have plan B. If plan A does not go
to be clear, if plan B is what I think it is, you got time to do one plan right now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot
if it's the same plan, do I also have the same thing, or do you only have the thing? Because I thought we said we were all kind of trained in this thing.
Nobody's really trained in it. You can't really train for it. It's just a question of how fast are your reflexes for the most part. Like, can you hit the button at the right time? So, I mean, Cassidy is the only person who has told me, yes, I have that.
Yes.
It's not hard to acquire, but it's the kind of thing that, like, it takes a particularly bold or particularly stupid person to try to use in this way.
Joe, I was going to say, does not probably have it. Yeah, and I was going to decide that before I heard the "oh, thank God."
And what's the stat for?
So that is to use the bumper is to act fast.
No,
as opposed to get in a fight.
We're gonna get in a fight. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Actually, hold on, real quick. If I bumper, would it just bounce back to him?
No, that's not how it works. Because what you're doing is you're using a quick gravitational pulse to arrest its momentum entirely.
Oh.
So it would just kind of fall.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then yeah, I want to do that. Okay. All right.
So you're gonna roll with gut.
Perfect. Cool beans. Then it gives me a 13.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. So this is incredibly dangerous. A bunch of things happen at the same time. You see as Malachi brings that weapon up, he's yelling, "Shut up!" and it goes off. And it goes off with the sound, well, of a cannon. Launches this massive shell that it has these like ridges kind of carved into it, almost like a drill head, because it's meant to go directly through ships' hulls. They call this a shipbreaker for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And this massive shell explodes out the end of the gun, the end of the barrel, launched with like railgun speeds, because that's essentially what this is. It's essentially a handheld railgun firing an explosive shell. And it flies across the distance, the very short distance, relatively speaking, between Malachi and JoJo, directly for them. Cassidy, what does this look like?
It looks, as Cassidy is thinking and seeing this moment sort of play out, everything starts to slow down. There's that slow-mo moment of where he sees the trigger go off and sees that while he could raise his gun and shoot, it's not going to do enough to stop the trajectory. So everybody would just be hit at this moment. And so there's just a sweep of the jacket that he's wearing and on his hip is the bumper. And there's just that, you hear the little whistle, the standoff whistle, and then bam, the pulse goes out, and the large mortar shell just hits that barrier and freezes right in front of JoJo and drops to the ground.
Yeah, there are nanoseconds. I mean, JoJo, you're seeing everything happen from your perspective in the chair. Cassidy, you dart in front of JoJo. Your feet hit the ground directly in front of JoJo at the same moment that the coat swirls, at the same moment that you hit the button on the bumper, which is just about the size of a hockey puck, clipped to your belt. JoJo, you see that same sort of shimmering, semi-transparent field of magnetic pulse expand outward, just sort of barely covering like an inch or two off of Cassidy's skin. You feel the chair being drawn to it for the split second that it's active, and for a couple of nanoseconds, the shell from the shipbreaker is actively kind of struggling, pushing, trying to get through this magnetic pulse. JoJo, you don't see that because Cassidy's body is in between you and it, but you hear the thunk as it hits the ground, intact and undetonated.
Damn, I'm gonna have to get me one of them.
Cassidy, this worked. What are you doing now?
I'm going to turn back to look at him. You can be mad at me.
He's a little slack-jawed.
Yeah. You can be mad at me. I'm actually, you know what? No, we're going to say this as we're moving up because I'm mad now. Because I'm actually upset. You can be mad at me all you want. You can talk shit about me, but you don't put my crew in danger. And we're just gonna grab by the scruff. I already said I'm sorry. If you want to talk about it, we can talk. But I need you to know, Malachi, you ever threaten my crew again, I won't hesitate.
Padlock.
Yes.
Sensors start going off
Oh no.
all around the cockpit.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Good sensors. Like sensors
Proximity
of
sensors of incoming starcraft.
Oh no.
As I think you can read on what it is telling you that there are 3 ships approaching, broadcasting on Earth Coalition frequencies, converging on your present location.
Where's Nevin?
Nevin, I think, is standing by. Dickie, you sent him up to the cockpit, so he's kind of he's seated at like the nav console, but he's not really sure what he should be doing. But as it's beeping, he looks at you and he says, "That doesn't sound good. Those don't sound like good noises."
It's fine. They're just noises. We'll take that in stride. But shit. We are lacking. We don't have a gunner. Maybe can you go down and get in the gun seat? Because we might need that. If you shot a gun.
I mean, his eyes are like the size of dinner plates. And he says, I could probably figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to figure that out because I don't think you're supposed to be behind the wheel of this, and we need something quick. Don't touch the big guns. There are other guns there. Don't touch the other stuff. But they're closing in fast, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to shake them. So do what you can.
Okay.
Go.
Where's
go.
Okay. Tell can you tell Richard to meet me at the gunner's chair?
Sure, I'll have him meet you there.
And Nevin takes off out of the cockpit, heading for the gunner's chair, which is basically right under the cockpit. So he's just kind of climbing down a ladder and then crawling into this kind of bolt hole.
And then I'll come over to Dickie. We have company. And Nevin said he needs your help. So can you come off the engine room for 5 seconds and help Nevin?
I think Dickie is physically holding some wires together that have come undone and are flapping, and he looks down at them and he's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And he will reach over and grab a pipe, and using every ounce of strength he has, he will like ram the pipe against these to try and twist it so that they are holding them. But he does have noodle arms, so I don't know how successful he is at it, but he is going to make a JoJo-style improvisation and then run as fast as his little body will carry him up to the gunner's chair.
How far are we away from Parable?
At the present speeds that you were traveling, not very far. Probably just like 20, maybe 30 minutes, but you're not going to make it if these ships catch up with you because they're basically on an intercept course from the atmosphere. So they're kind of coming straight down at you. Your speed at this point doesn't necessarily matter because they're not chasing you. They're descending on you.
Fun. Okay. Cool. Tight.
Yeah,
but yeah, in the meantime, Dickie, you get to the gunner's chair, where Nevin is kind of like standing there nervously. He's kind of leaning against the gunwale. His fingers kind of like sort of tapping against his thighs nervously. And he looks at you as you step in. His eyes are wide. And he says, okay, all right. I need you to do something, and I need you to not ask me questions about it. Right now.
Okay.
And he kind of reaches for his bag, rummages around in it, pulls out what looks like a data drive.
Okay.
And then pulls the collar visor to the side where you can see a little port slides open on like the back of his neck. I need you to put this in there.
There are dozens of questions, but Dickie does exactly what he's told. Grabs the data port, puts it in there.
Nevin goes rigid for a second. His eyes just like staring off into nothing.
Hmm.
And then he like snaps out of it just as quickly and says, Thank you. And crawls into the gunner's chair, doesn't take the disc out.
Okay. That was... I'm gonna just file that away. So there's nothing else from me to do down here. There's no second gun or whatever. It's just these, correct?
Yeah, he basically, I mean, Padlock can control most of your weapons, just not the Hellfire cannon from the captain's chair. In the gunner's chair, He has access to all of them, including the plasma cannon.
Got it. All right. Then I think I'm going to run up to the cabin with Padlock.
Okay. And Padlock, you hear Nevin on the comms as he takes the gunner's chairs, takes the seats, and says, weapons powering on. We're charged, we're locked, we're good.
Good. Because they're coming in hot and they're coming in fast, and we're probably gonna need that in the next couple of seconds. But I'm gonna see if we can at least get ahead of them, if we can.
And Padlock, that sounds to me like you were going to pull a stunt.
Yeah,
All right.
I will pull a stunt.
So you're going to roll plus the helm size, which is 1.
Okay. So do 2d6 plus 1.
Yep.
That is 7.
Okay. You do it, but you choose one of the following: split 3 harm between you and the helm, however you want, or you have to hold firm, or else miss the roll entirely. Basically, you have to roll a subsequent roll, which is hold firm.
Where's my harm at? Oh, I'm fine. I'll take harm on this one. Yeah.
Okay. So it's 3 harm that you split between you and the helm. The helm has 4 harm. So you can split 3 harm between you and those 4 as you want.
I'll take the brunt of the harm to save the ship.
Okay. And this is armor piercing, in case you have armor.
I do not have armor.
Okay, cool. So that is going to put you, if you're taking 2 and then giving 1 to the helm, that's going to put you at bloodied, scorched, or shattered.
That's fine.
Okay. Fantastic. So, yeah, there are, you hear the distant sound of cannons, automatic weapons firing within the atmosphere. You hear the shells plinking off of the hull. But you also, in trying to do these evasive maneuvers, which you're not necessarily accustomed to, you can tell that a line is struck because sparks erupt out of the console that you're piloting. As like some of the systems are overloaded and the displays burn out and the sparks kind of fly up and you feel them sort of scorch the side of your face. So yeah, you are bloodied, scorched, or shattered. You can only take, well, the next harm you take, you're unconscious or out of action. And then beyond that, we're getting into death territory. But
right, so could Dickie, because he's there in response, do some field surgery while Pat is in this chair? Like, something to try and mitigate the burning?
Yeah, I think you can try. I think that it's going to be real fucking hard, given the ship sort of pitching back and forth like this.
Sure.
But yeah, you can try.
I do have an ability that lets me try and patch someone up with no gear whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, you can try that. Sure.
Great. I would love to try that. That is a 13.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Dr. D.
All right. So Padlock, you immediately heal 1 harm, you take 1 forward. And despite the fact that this says you can patch someone up without any gear, I do think that basically what this is going to be is you gathering like a fire suppression canister.
Yeah.
And just sort of spraying the side of Padlock's face.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then I reach in and pull out a Band-Aid. But put it on.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Lollipop. You just unwrap it for Padlock and put it in their mouth and yep. Yeah, so the fire, the electrical fire that was on the side of your face, Padlock, is now no longer actively burning. But it's still there. So you are no longer bloodied, scorched, or shattered. You are cracked, slashed, or burned. And you get +1 forward on your next roll, which I think is a great transition to me asking you, what do you want to do next?
I mean,
you did pull off the stunt, so you were basically trying to get even. You were trying to gain ground on them, right?
Yeah.
So you, with the extra fuel that you have, rocket the ship forward. You're putting distance between you and them. They are somewhat slowed by their approach, by hitting atmosphere. Basically, that transition from space to atmosphere is going to slow them down significantly.
Mm-hmm.
So you've bought yourself some time, but they still seem to be in pursuit of you. And you're also aware that you're leading them straight to Parable.
Shit. Fuck. I think Padlock's thinking like, I don't want to be a captain. This is so much decisions that need to be made. This is Dickie. This is Cassidy's territory. Cassidy would know what to do in this moment. I think the only thing I can do at this moment is to try to get either to fire on them with what I can control at the console, or get Nevin in position to fire the big guns to at least get as many as them off.
Yeah, I think that is perfectly reasonable. I think that absolutely makes total sense. And I mean, you could do both of them because you have the gun, you have the Hellfire cannon that Nevin can fire, and then you can also control some of the other guns that you have on the ship, which are which are a little less showy and a little less rare. And I think your comms crackle as Nevin comes on and says, "I say we give him the sauce." Did I say that right?
No, you said that exactly how it needs to be cooked. So yeah, power it up, and yeah, let's do it. I'll hold them down while it charges.
Well, what are you doing?
What are you talking about?
What is? Why? No, you can't make him hotter. He's already hot. Don't do that.
Nevin got the top energy download.
He activated his top subroutines.
Gotcha. Okay, that tracks. That makes sense.
So while Nevin is charging up the Hellfire cannon, I'm gonna lay down suppressing fire to cover us in the meantime.
All right, then I think what we're going to be doing is getting in a fight. You're going to roll with Spine.
Hell yeah, that is a 10.
Okay, awesome. On a 10 plus, these are starfighters similar to the one that you encountered out in space, so they don't have nearly as many rooms as you do. So you get to pick because you got a 10 plus, right?
Yes, I got a 10 plus, yeah.
Yeah, you inflict harm on the room that you want to inflict harm on. I will say that what they have basically, they have an engine, they have a helm, they have systems, and they have weapons. They have guns, basically, and a little bit of hull, which is going to detract harm.
I always want to hit engines because if their engines are knocked out, they can't keep going.
That is extremely true.
And maybe knock into the rest of them in the process of doing that.
Hell yeah!
So I'm aiming for engines.
Okay, cool. So you have 2 light guns. I think we said you had a large machine gun, and I think also a missile launcher, if I remember correctly. You also have a heavy gun, which is the plasma cannon, basically. So you have a machine gun and you have I believe, missile launcher.
Let's do the machine gun first and save the bigger boys for later.
And that is going to be 5 harm. So they have just a tiny bit of hull, not nearly as much as you do, because the Tenebris is basically just wrapped in layers and layers of hull. So we're looking at 3 harm directly to their engines after the deduction. So so you scatter machine gun fire. You bring the ship kind of about. I think you're basically almost piloting backwards at this point. Nice. As you level the large machine gun towards the ships as they are descending towards you. You can get a better look at them now, and you can see that in fact they all appear to be those identical Earth Coalition, very sleek sort of Corvette-looking starfighters. Rapidly approaching you. You can see the outline of the friction being generated as they're breaking into atmosphere. You fire at one of them, and I think you can see actually that the rounds kind of ping, like ping, ping, ping off of the hull of the ship. We'll say it's the one on the far right. They're flying in formation, and it actively throws it off course with the force. The ship kind of like pulls up, tumbles a little bit head over heel before it manages to get back on its axis, and then starts piloting. It starts diving towards you again, but now it's farther behind the fellows there. You've broken the formation. And in the meantime, Nevin is charging up the Hellfire Cannon. Dickie, are you doing anything in that moment? Just asking.
Panicking.
Cool. Okay. All right. And because you got a 10 plus, they are firing back at you with their submachine guns. They're small machine guns, not submachine guns. They're small machine guns. But you are like pulling maneuvers, and also, like, I wouldn't necessarily say these were graceful, but at a certain point, you're kind of just like spinning, and it's making you a much more difficult target. In a way, probably your inexperience as a pilot is making it kind of hard for them to predict where you're going to be as they're firing on you.
Zigzag.
Yeah, in between that and the hull, the armor of the ship, rounds are just sort of pinging off of you now that they don't have the drop on you anymore. Are you going to fire again?
I'm gonna fire again and hope that Nevin will be ready to launch him after me. But yes,
yeah,
I will keep going until Nevin is ready to fire.
Hell yeah, okay, cool. So roll with spine again.
Spine again. Ooh. This time it is this is a 7 again.
Okay. All right. Cool.
6 plus 1 is a 7. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So this time, you're going to be firing on each other, but you are still going to be able to do your damage. So you inflict harm on each other. You get to pick the room. You get to pick the target or the room they target, but not both. Okay, yeah. So either you get to pick where you're targeting on their ship, or you get to pick where they're targeting on you.
Shit.
And whichever one you don't pick is my call.
Oh. I feel like it's better to protect ourselves than to select a room to them. So what is the safest room for them to fire into?
That's a great question. I mean, you've got bolt holes count as a room. The infirmary counts as a room. The cargo hold counts as a room.
Yeah.
We just fixed those
Not
bolt
my
holes.
baby.
Should be the bolt holes.
No, we need the infirmary.
Both holes. It's fine.
It'd be funny if they did the bolt
holes. Yeah.
It's
fine.
I do
That
like
is
that.
hysterical.
Yeah, they can hit the boat holes all the time.
Okay. All right. You know what? Honestly, it does not truly matter because you have so much hull and they have large machine guns that they cannot pierce the hull because you have 6 armor essentially, and the large machine gun does 5 harm.
Okay.
Nice. Hell yeah, brother.
So they target the bolt holes, and I think probably, I will say that like it's going to rip through enough layers of the hull that it's going to reach the bolt holes, which I believe are empty currently. But in the process, they are not going to hit anything vital. Basically, they're not going to reach any of the important subsystems. It's going to be a matter of doing a patch job after this is over.
That's fine. Things to do later.
Right. So you are targeting them, but I get to pick what room that is going to be going after. And I think in this case, I'm going to say that at this point, it's the ship on the far left. You hit the one on the far right before. This is going to be the one on the far left. I think the most interesting way to do this would actually be to roll something. Why not? I never get to roll anything in this game.
It's true.
Hell yeah.
Let's keep things fair, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is... Okay, so that's actually going to be the helm.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So I think what I'm going to say for that is that the one on the far left, the machine gun that you're firing rips through the helm. Again, it's that sort of like ping, 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 ping sound as the gun's kind of like fully working its way up from the front of the ship's body up to like the helm, which is kind of just that sort of bubble cockpit that you can imagine. And it is going to fully pierce through that helm. And I don't think you know what happens to the pilot, but in the aftermath of that, that ship is just going to go spiraling off again out of formation, but not in the same way where this ship does not right itself. And you don't know if it's because the cabin is depressurizing or because you actually just killed the pilot. But that ship is just like spinning off of in its own direction. Doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon. So you've got the one that's a little bit behind, and then you've got the center ship that's still heading towards you. And at that moment, you hear and you feel the ship vibrating in a slightly different way, but a familiar way. And you see the glow out of the cockpit as the sort of stocky sword portion of your ship, the blade of your ship, so to speak, like slides open, and the bright orange light of your Hellfire cannon starts to pulse as it's powering up. And yeah, I think you hear uncharacteristically over the comms as Nevin says, maybe louder than he means to, but with a lot of passion in his voice, "You wanted us? You got us." And a massive arc of plasma energy lances out from the Hellfire cannon, fully consuming the main center starfighter. It's wiped from existence, like it was never even there. Instantly vaporized. Maybe a few like small slagged metal pieces look like they're falling towards the planet in the aftermath of that. But there's no message from that last starship. It's just gonna kind of like throw on the brakes, and then it's gonna turn tail.
Couldn't handle the sauce. As soon as I see the last one tuck tail, Pad's gonna immediately turn this bitch around and get moving back onto Parable.
Hell yeah.
Question for you. Were they close enough for us to see the brightness?
Probably.
Ooh, yeah. I think absolutely. I mean, they're still a good distance away, but like, there's no mistaking that energy, Lance, as you can kind of see it shoot off into the distance. And I think that's a perfect perspective change as we switch back to Parable, to the streets of Parable outside of the clinic, where you had just grabbed your brother by the collar and you were shaking him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's great to see Padlock sauce.
What am I doing? Malachi, you clearly got something you want to get off your chest. Something you want to say. If you'd like to say it without bullets, come with me. If not, you're going to let me do what I need to do. So this planet doesn't turn to glass.
He, I think, tries to like smack your hands away, but I don't think there's actually any strength in it. Like, I think it's kind of a weak attempt. He says, "I'm not going anywhere with you. Let go of me."
There's just a moment where it's like the big brother in him is like, no. But he'll let go.
He's a little bit shorter than you, so I think he actually kind of like stumbles back. I think you're kind of holding him like on his tiptoes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of stumbles back, and I think you can tell that the fight's gone out of him. the shipbreaker is just kind of like dangling there at his side.
Hey, you got people here? People you give a fuck about? Not a hard question. Mal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to them. Make sure that they're safe. Earth Coalition's gonna probably bombard this place. I'm gonna go try and stop it. So fucking stupid. I'm gonna go try and stop it.
What are you going to do about it?
I know you were looking the other way, but did you see the light a little while ago?
It's a warship up there.
Yeah, well, part of my time out here has been spent being a chef of sorts. Me and my team got a little secret sauce. So, go to your people. Make sure if you got somewhere to be, if you can find an underground, someplace to get safe, to get low, do it.
He looks at you, kind of like sidelong. Like he's ready to walk away, but then he turns to look in one direction down the street, and then he turns to look back at you. And he takes the shipbreaker down off the strap on his arm and like shoves it into your chest, not meeting your eyes.
Okay.
You might need this then.
Maybe. I'm going to offer. No. I'm going to set the gun at. JoJo's right there. I'm going to put the gun in JoJo's lap. And before he can say anything, and before he can get away, I'm going to pull him into a.
He tenses and like he's going to push you away, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
For a little while.
Sure.
And then eventually kind of like shakes you off.
There's going to be, as soon as the embrace is there, I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. Wasn't. I don't have a good excuse. And then when he breaks away, if you ever want to talk, you know my name now. Just running the stars here.
Be hard to talk.
Sure.
Be hard to talk if you're dead, so I guess try not to die.
There are many things that I've gotten really good at. Not dying is one of them, so don't worry.
He hesitates just a second longer before he turns and darts off down the street in the opposite direction away from you.
Gotcha. Can I say that I slipped him like my contact?
Yeah, I think that there's like kind kind of like an RFID thing, basically, where you can like send your contact information to somebody else's device by proximity.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. You do that, and as he takes off down the street, I think you'd hear the comms and the kind of fuzzy distortion that's been like separating out your transcoms from being able to connect with each other. That static kind of like clears up as you are able to hear Padlock as they
You're
let you know that
range. Oh, baby. Okay. So, catch me up. What was that?
We had to deploy the sauce because Coalition tried to drop some bogeys in the water, but we took care of it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. What's our energy readings looking like?
They're okay.
Patty,
Yes.
what are energy readings looking like?
Above table, I assume that they're okay.
they're okay.
They're okay.
They're okay.
There was a hesitation. so
I
can't be
will
sure.
say,
Probably in
I
yellow,
will
not
say,
the green, not the red.
I think it's fair to say that I think it's impossible to get an accurate reading after you fire the cannon. I think your energy levels are just like fluctuating for like a good 30 minutes to an hour afterwards, no matter what you do.
Gotcha.
Let's just say that the board is hot and is reading it just fine.
Hey, as long as it's doing the yo-yo, that's fine. I just need to know what it's looking like. Okay. I think we're gonna head out a parable. You can touch down outside of it and we'll meet you there. Or actually, as soon as I get eyes on it, it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's gonna pull out a glove that has a bunch of wires and things like attached to it. So as soon as he can see it, I'm gonna use my ability that allows me to do it on or to effectively fly on while not at the helm.
Right.
The flagship
Yeah.
while not at the helm. There we go.
Yeah.
I could say words, I swear.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the clinic is pretty much on the outskirts of Parable as it stands. Like, you're definitely close. So it's really just a question of like walking maybe like, 100 meters out from the building that you're already in. And then as the ship comes in overhead, Padlock, you kind of feel it shudder. You feel the control sticks shudder in your hand as the controls are taken away from you. And you, looking out the viewport, you can see Cassidy standing down below with one hand raised up.
Thank God.
You did great, Pat. I got it from here. Okay.
And as the ship comes down, kicking sand up all around Cassidy and JoJo, I think that's where we're going to take a break.
Hell yeah.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go away.
Ooh.
Twins with a...
Yep, and he was talking about how people feel sometimes that there's another presence in their life, and chances are they ate their twin, and that twin is now haunting them because it's 1995 Unsolved Mysteries.
That's suspicious to me. It's like, anytime you feel like someone's watching you, that means you ate your twin.
You ate your twin?
Wild.
I got these feelings.
Frame a guy.
Yeah.
I do just want to I just want to show everybody not a single fucking bone to be found.
No.
He's a liquid.
He's
a liquid.
Look at him.
Fully
He's so
liquid.
happy to be about
He's
it.
just folded. Absolutely folded.
What are bones?
Fold it in. You just fold the cat in.
You just fold it in.
Yeah, just fold it in.
Just fold in.
You just fold it in, Frodo.
Makes an EV travel size.
No idea. Everybody's making fun of him.
No.
I would never.
He is at peace.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
there we go. There
Oh.
we go. Look.
Oh,
Well,
nice
that's not better.
Oh,
Yep.
It's not better.
Contortionist.
Just a
Oh my-
slinky.
What shape are you, my guy?
Biting shape.
All shapes.
He's just
and,
long.
and
Your
no shape
breath.
at all.
Dude, your breath.
it's the smell
You're-
of adventure,
You're
William.
real cute.
Yeah.
Your breath is awful.
Yeah.
Decided it's bath time now.
Mhm.
But for me, bath time for me.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's cool.
He's so helpful.
Yeah, no, he's really, really very helpful. Cool, yeah. All right, well, here we are, back again. Hello, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the break.
Hello.
Hope you stood up, and stretched, and did all those human things that we all did as definitely real humans,
Yeah.
like Nevin.
Hey.
About that.
Hmm.
No, hey, actually, no, you know what? I'm so glad that you brought that up. I have a question, Will. I have a question.
Is the
Did
answer
I
going to be
st-
find out in RP?
No, because I feel like I would have had plenty of opportunity to find that. Did I have?
You might have missed the part where I said it opened.
Oh, I did miss that part. I saw that he did the thing.
He did do the thing. It was on the back of his neck. I just couldn't demonstrate that. But he
Gotcha.
pulled his collar away, and then it opened. And then he was
Gotcha.
like, "I need you to put this in me."
Okay,
Hot.
not the first time he said something like that on the ship.
Hey-o.
Ayo.
Hey.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
So this is a new thing that I am not aware of. No, Google, I did not actually need you. Stop. If I say cool 3 times, it thinks I'm saying hey Google, which is not
Oh, sure.
correct. I didn't mean
You
that.
did say it that time, though.
I
You
did
did say
actually.
it that
That was
time.
on me. That was on me.
Oh, classic Quinston.
Classic Quinston.
Quinston.
So you were on the ship now. We're on the ship.
You are, yeah.
Okay.
You are on the ship, yeah. I think as it lights down into sand, I feel like you probably don't even fully land it. You just bring down the boarding dock, and then you and Jojo hop on, and yeah, there you are on the ship. I think at least Nevin is there to help, offer you a hand to help you up onto the ship. Dickie, are you there as well?
Yes.
So yeah, you see.
I think he'll sort of call ahead. Bring the grapplers so we can get JoJo up here. Just hooks to bring JoJo and the seat up. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Thank you.
We'll just ride up using that, save the energy. And then, okay. So, this is as he's sort of walking towards the helm. We've got some things that we need to take care of. We are going to go rescue a friend of a friend. By friend of a friend, I mean a friend of JoJo. We're calling it
Friend's a bit
friend,
of a
right?
strat. I mean,
Acquaintance.
music it perfectly.
Right.
Yeah, friend. That close enough. Someone we
Okay.
need to save.
Okay, a vital asset.
There
of
we go. I like
JoJo's.
that. He is
Um,
ass.
Sure. And we need to get the transport ship that is taking, I'm assuming, prisoners back up to the main warship. So I'm going to need our collective brains to try and find that transport.
Okay.
Would we be able to track Shakes through the communicator that we don't have to worry about where it's hidden?
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it.
Communicator where you don't talk about where it's hidden?
Well, we don't have to talk about where it was hidden.
Right, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
where it maybe was hidden. You don't know if he's still hiding it there, but yeah, I mean, You could try now that you've had some contact with it. I think you've got the frequency. You could try to lock on it more specifically.
That's just my thought. I'm not sure if anyone else has anything.
No, that's perfect. Also, we can at the same time try and figure out the frequencies for the ECs, for the Earth coalitions, and sort of compare.
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's super valid. So who's gonna get on the console to try to figure that out?
I'd imagine Joe is in the engineering room. I'm not sure if there's a console in there. If there is, I'm happy to do it. If not, yeah, might be a padlock.
Yeah, if it's looking for frequencies, I might be able to do that.
I think I'd volunteer pad.
I just want to get out of the helm before Cassidy sees the state of it, so I can go off and do something else.
Right, the panel's a little fried.
Just a little bit fried.
A little bit.
A little bit fried. Just a little crunchy.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I love that idea. I think that makes total sense. So yeah, padlock you can get onto the working consoles, and you can attempt to to suss out some signals. And I think that is going to be an analyze something roll. I think that is going to be with brain.
Brain. Okay. I got some brains. That'll work. Ooh. That is 5 plus 6 is 11 plus 1 is 12.
Right. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, you have 3 holds. You can spend them now to get answers, or you can hold on to them for a little while. When you act on them, you get +1 forward, or you can give that +1 forward to a crew member instead. But as you are trying to suss out these signals, we have what's something unusual or abnormal, what's a hidden feature, how much is it worth to the right person, probably not super relevant here, who touched or operated it most recently, where did it come from, who made it originally. And you can ask the same question multiple times if you want.
Where did it come from? Where did it go?
Yeah, where did it come from? Where did it go is probably the 2 top ones.
One for Shakes and one for the warship?
Yeah.
Basically? Okay, cool. Well, all right, yeah, so here's what I will say. As you start doing sort of a spectrographic analysis of all of the frequencies that the Tenebris is sensing or tapping into, you pick up one that is clearly a heavily encrypted transcom. Usually a signal like this, a frequency like this, betrays to someone who knows what they're looking for. It betrays that this is somebody who is familiar with the underworld or crimes. Basically, what this is it's like a jailbroken transcom. Somebody has altered the signal so that probably even the company that created this transcom doesn't have access to it anymore. Basically, that is probably not hard for you to determine is Shakes, especially since it's fairly isolated. Geographically. I think you read a much bigger cluster of frequencies similar to the type that would denote a ship. And that is, they are Earth Coalition encoded. So I think you would be able to suss out that those are probably the the prison transport. So I would say you have Shake's location, you have the prison transport's location. They're pretty much in exactly the same location. So I'll give you an extra bit of information, which is that the frequencies from the prison transport are tethered to the warship.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far are they like close to the actual warship, or are they still in like transport at this point?
They are still on Mars. still on the surface of the planet. The prison transport has not taken off yet. So you've tracked the frequencies. To listen in on the frequencies would be a different role. But you do still have one question that you can ask about this whole situation that you're analyzing spectrographically, which could include what's something unusual or abnormal, what's a hidden feature, who touched or operated it most recently, that sort of thing.
Maybe what's unusual?
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. What is unusual about this? I think what's unusual about these frequencies is that they are Earth coalition, but they are not military.
Military. Like they're private?
Like they are, yeah, essentially. I mean, I think that there is usually a demarcation that lets you know there are certain factors that you can look for that denote that something is a military encryption. Normally, it has to do with like the configuration and how difficult it is to decrypt, or how difficult it is to hack into it. But there are basically like warning signs that are included in that say like, hey, just be aware, if you hack this, you're hacking military shit, and like that's more serious. This does not have those, despite the fact that this is a prison transport in contact with a warship. Neither end of that tether, spectrographically, radio speaking, has the military signal.
That's weird.
That is weird.
I think once I get all of that information, Pad will go back to I guess to Cassidy
Cool.
with it. And so the good news is I found.
Actually, if I can pause you for one second, Eli, because that's going to take you a little bit of time, and I do want to know, what is Cassidy doing when he gets back on the ship? In particular, perhaps seeing Nevin.
Oh wow. Okay, well that's uncalled for.
I'm just asking questions.
Gotcha. So I think Cassidy's kind of focused. And is like about to head to the helm. And then realizes, like, almost like he forgot that he did tell them to bring Nevin. So he does a double take. Oh, you did come. Okay. Hey. Walk and talk. Yeah, walk and talk.
Yeah, maybe later.
What do you mean maybe later?
Maybe we catch up later.
Okay, are you not able to walk and talk? I was fairly certain you were pretty good at multitasking.
I'm capable of it.
Okay. Well then, I would like to talk to you about some things sort of in the preparatory matter. Because if you still want to stay on Mars, it might be a hot drop on our way out. Or you stay with us.
Sure. What did you want to discuss specifically?
So, with what it is we're planning to do, it's likely we'll need to be on the move and sort of stay on the move. So I need to know, is part of this going to be to drop you off, or are you going to be coming with?
Yeah, I think I stay behind. I can handle a hot drop.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to turn. It's just head towards it. There's a weirdness for reasons that he does not understand.
You could try to get a read if you want.
We're gonna roll. We're gonna roll one of these. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see how he feels.
Okay, that's what got.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna. I guess. Sure. Gut. Okay. 4, 7 plus 2 is 9.
Okay, you get to ask one question. What's hidden, obscure, or unclear? How can I exploit a weakness, vulnerability, or opportunity? What's the largest uncounted threat, variable, or danger? What's the best way I could blank?
Okay, can I just ask a question the way I want to?
Yeah, okay, what's up?
What the fuck is going on? What okay, what are the, like, what's the emotional, like, subtext? What are we actually getting?
It is a little bit like talking to a different person.
Right.
Like, it's Nevin, clearly, but some of the inflections, some of the mannerisms, the way that he carries himself seems different.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think he's gonna, as he's heading back up towards the helm, gonna send a message to the crew. That you did pick up Nevin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if, like, maybe he had a secret twin.
Nope.
If he had a twin, that would have been really interesting because it looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
He even had had a fancy little bandana on.
No, he did. Like, and I'm sure Cassidy, like, goes back to just a second ago. Was the bandana? Okay, the bandana's still there. Okay. Okay. Well then, why the fuck does it feel like? Okay, never mind. Did someone say something and he's mad at me again now? Because that feels like a different person. Like he, like, closed off. So I don't know.
I mean, I asked him to shoot the guns. But normally people get excited when you do that.
Yeah.
He sounded excited.
Okay. All right. Listen, I don't have the time or the energy, I guess. So, Patty, what you got for me?
Well, this is fun and interesting and cool, maybe. But I found Shakes was his name. One, very cool. He jailbroke the whole system, so he's got his own little personal little, like, blip in the frequencies of all the frequencies. That's cool. And I've determined he hasn't left Mars yet, so he's still on solid ground.
Okay.
But that's not the coolest thing I found in this mix. I don't know if it's just the prison transport or in general, but it's not military. So whoever has this has shake and bake here is on the private end of things, or at the very least. I don't know. But it's not. I don't know if it's attached. If they are actually attached to the ship, not attached to the ship. Who knows? I can't read. In depth like that on a frequency. Frequencies don't tell you those kinds of things. But I can tell you that it's none of this is military.
Huh. Okay. Well, that is news, certainly. Thank you, Patty. Okay. Are you geniuses? What does that mean for us?
Well, if it's some corpo or family that's hiring prison transport, means maybe a little less trouble for us, but maybe more
Or
a
a lot,
different type of trouble.
or a lot more trouble. Yeah.
Bingo.
Because it won't be a
Does
military
Earth-
crime.
That does help.
Yeah.
Does Earth have prisons on Mars? What interest would they have in a prison transport if they don't run any prisons here? More to the point, how are they able to pull a prison transport out of a blockaded planet?
I mean,
You
they're blockading it, they can let whoever they want through.
But that means that they must have some contact with the prison that they are breaking that they would have reason to break the quarantine or the blockade for. Why?
probably to discreetly take out people that they want. A military, you have rules and methods of engagement, but if there's a troublemaker and you want to keep them out and quiet, get a family, get somebody off the radar.
You can go private sector.
There ain't no military, there's no trials to be had if it's just taking you out.
Well, what did your boy get into that requires a private hand?
Well, Shake's always up to something. You know, he's like me, he's from Taka. We find ways to survive. And if he was out helping Mars, then I wouldn't be entirely surprised if Earth Coalition decided they wanted to quiet down the rebel planet.
Right,
What
but
was
then
he
why
up
wouldn't
to?
they just let them die? Why, if they're going to bombard the planet, why wouldn't they just let these prisoners die? What's special about them? There's something special about them. They want them for some reason. Otherwise, they would just kill them.
It's probably their skills, if they're
Exactly.
anything like Shakes.
Exactly. If I'll also say this, people from Taka, if you got a gun to our head, we need to survive. Shakes will figure out a way to survive. And if that means working for Earth, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. That's why we got to get them now before they can turn them.
Captain, then if I may make a suggestion, perhaps we should not be just evacuating one prisoner.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
no, probably not.
All right, Dickie.
Dickie just gives a little like,
Okay.
Just a long
All right.
drag of a cigarette before she just says, "Who was in here, by the way? It's too clean up in the engineering room. There's wires tied up in a beautiful knot. This is awful."
Nevin got a hand in, I'm sorry.
I knew it was Nevin. He's too clean for this.
Okay. I want to get weird.
I love when you
Captain,
say
the
things
last
like
time
that.
you got weird.
Okay.
We got the stains out.
It's fine. Hey, the cannon, right? Sauce.
Sauce, yeah. What about sauce?
What's the over and under on you being able to change the energy?
Depends on the energy. What are we talking about? We're moving from plasma to what?
EMP.
EMP. I'd have to fiddle with some stuff. It'd take a minute. But we were already building an EMP bomb on at Independence.
Right. Well, we don't have Independence time. We're going to need to get the prisoners. Then we can head back to Independence. And then we got to go.
You're going to have to give me some time. I might be able to figure it out.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to fly slow because we are sort of on a time crunch. But, like, let me know if you can do it. I want to be able to briefly disable the ship.
The warship?
And then we can go in, clean up the mess, and escort the prisoners back to Independence.
Okay.
You want to disable the prison transport.
Prison transport.
The prison transport, yes.
Got it.
And just point of clarification, the prison transport is on the ground somewhere, or that's just...
Yeah.
But impossible to say for how much longer.
Right, which is why I want to see if we need to, we have a way to go, hey, stop. Yeah.
That's what the big guns are for.
Hey, Padlock, if you can't, it's okay.
Well, if I can't do the cannon, if I can't turn the sauce into an EMP, I might be able to jerry rig something that might be an EMP.
Okay.
Either way, I can get you something that might disable a ship.
Great. We just need a little nap time. Just a little nap time juice, okay?
All right.
Okay,
Sounds like a plan.
Yep, and I'm gonna start heading towards where the signal's coming from.
Okay. All right. I dig that. Yeah, you can get behind the helm. I think you do notice that like part of the control panel is fried. There's still some like fire suppression foam on the chair, but you know.
We're not looking at that.
We don't ask questions. We don't ask questions.
Everything's fine, actually. Everything's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I think that you can start heading in the direction of the signal. And I mean, I think you can actually get a reading that it's not terribly far from Parable. Like it's close enough that you were able to sort of intercept the signal.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew that it was somewhat close, but I think that you are able to suss out that as you start heading in that direction, actually becomes clear to you that the place where you were heading used to be something. You don't know if it was a facility or like a settlement or what, but like you can see at least the outline of structures. Even though it's pretty clear to you that probably nobody's lived there in quite some time.
Yeah.
But how close are you willing to go? Because the Tenebris is not stealthy per se.
No, certainly not. I want to be at least within cannon range.
Okay.
I want to see if I can get visuals on the transport.
Cool. Yeah, I think like you can be far enough away that you can get visuals on the transport. And I think actually, are you trying to hack into their frequency? Because you read the frequency, but you haven't tried to slide into it to listen in.
Yeah, I want to try and get in there.
Okay. And so if you're going to be the one doing that, I think that this is going to be also an analyze something move. So brain.
Hell yeah. That's 8.
Okay. You get 2 questions to hold. And I think what's a hidden feature I think would cover listening in. So I will tell you, you were able to hack into that frequency just so you can listen in. And it takes a second for it to resolve. But as you were sitting there in the helm, you can hear voice say, right, that's it. All prisoners secured. Prepping for takeoff. Time to rendezvous with the warship. 2 hours.
Oh no. Okay. Hey Pat,
Yeah.
what you got for me?
Ooh. I think Pat's just like down in their area. They've like thrown a bunch of stuff on the ground. And they're just like staring at it. hands on the hips, just trying to look at all the pieces of junk that they got and see if they can construct something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm willing to call this a make a patch roll, which is with junk.
Yes.
Just be aware that on a miss, the downside of the make a patch is the thing is just broken to shit.
Oh, no. I believe in you.
Okay, well, I got +2 in junk, so one has to hope here. I got an 8.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what I will say is that you are messing with the Hellfire cannon, and you're pretty sure that you can, and I'll say you know this before you get too deep into the process, before you don't have the ability to reverse it. You're pretty certain that you can get it to fire on that frequency, basically to fire an electromagnetic pulse instead of a plasma energy pulse. But if you do that, setting it back to its original function is going to be a process. It's not something that you're going to be able to do quickly.
So the good news is I think I have what I need to give you what you want. The bad news is that it's going to be a while for the sauce to be saucy. I'm going to have to remake the sauce from scratch.
Okay. Have you pitched the sauce, or are we still saucing? Like, are we?
I'm like 2 degrees from changing the sauce.
Okay, then
But it's still
if
sauce.
you can, but if it's still sauce, keep it sauce. We want to keep that for the big boy up top.
Okay. So
Okay.
So no EMP then.
No EMP. That's okay. I'm just gonna shoot the cockpit or see if I can hit the comps.
Okay.
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 Yeah. If you want to get in the gunner seat for added firepower.
I mean, you know me. I'll shoot a gun for you.
Yeah. I know you will. All right. So let's pony up.
Aye, Captain.
So everybody's at their stations, it sounds like. Back where they're used to being. Dickie, are you just in the infirmary again?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. All right, awesome. Cool. So
hey, Will, when I
Yeah, what's
find you, William, don't come at me like that.
I'm right here. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I don't know what you mean.
That's right. The infirmary is an interesting place to be, Will. It's full
No,
of
it is.
fun
It
medical
absolutely
tools.
is.
It's filled with personal items of great import.
Had a workout
It's a
bar at
fine
one
place.
It did
It's
have
just
work-
whenever you're going into like an active like combat situation in the ship, I just imagine Diggy like sitting there at a desk with like his thumbs like just kind of like
just writing notes and
Point.
poetry.
He's writing poetry. Yep.
right. He's writing poetry.
This is my poetry time.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Fantastic. Cool. So you are outside of the range of the sensors of this prison transport, but it sounds like you are getting ready to move rapidly to within that. And I think you get your signal not too long after that, because you hear the call come over the frequency again, basically saying that they're lifting off. 3, 2, 1. Then sure enough, out of the like ruins of what was a city or a settlement or maybe a base of some kind, something like that, you see this blocky prison transport, probably about the same size as the Tenebris, but not nearly, maybe a little bit bigger, honestly, but not equipped in the same way. Basically, this is a ship that is designed to like meander its way up, meander its way back down. But you see the jets kind of igniting under it as it starts to rise up. And I guess that's when you make your move, which is, what are you doing?
I'm shooting it.
So that's an interesting question. With the shipbreaker?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
probably, yeah.
Then where on the outside of the Tenebris is Cassidy? Because this is not a gun that you can fire. Like, this is a gun that is designed to be fired from ship to ship. However, the people firing it are on the outside. This is a weapon that was designed by the basically the space Pinkertons, so that like their shuttles wouldn't read as carrying weapons, but then one guy steps out in a spacesuit and blasts the hell out of the other shuttle.
Yeah.
I can do it for you, Captain. If you don't,
No, it's
if you
okay.
want to drive.
No, I got it. I can still
Everyone's
do it.
ready.
I can still do it.
I still got a hand.
Yeah,
I've got the
I still got
Nintendo
my
Power
hand.
Glove.
Absolutely. So I'm on the blade. I'm on the
Hell
blade.
yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So
Yeah, that's just rising, and then all of a sudden, it's Cassidy just like, sup.
yeah, there are these two like fairly anonymous people in uniforms, these two fairly anonymous like pilots in uniforms in the helm of this prison transport as it's rising up out of the ground, and it's kind of like coming about, and one of them looks down at the instrument panel and then looks up and then looks at the viewport and says like, the hell is that? And then they kind of like narrow their eyes as they see just like barreling down on them the Tenebris with just a man standing on the edge of the blade.
Pure hee-haw energy.
Not just the man, the man.
The man,
The man.
like boots maglocked to the ship's hull, massive cannon in your hands, and yeah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay,
I need this bitch to not hit the air.
Cool. Yeah. You bring the weapon up, and you see the prison transport starting to like pitch to one side, but it is devastatingly slow as it's doing that. Like they're trying to do evasive maneuvers. This does not have that built into it, unfortunately. So yeah, you got the shipbreaker in your hand. It's all charged up. You've loaded the shell, and then you hear the whir of the rails, the railgun portion of it powering up, and you fire. I'm gonna need you to roll to get in a fight.
Hell yeah! Is that spine or gut?
That is spine.
Spine. Heard. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! 11.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you inflict harm on the room, which in this case is going to be the helm. And I haven't sent you the shipbreaker stats, but rest assured that it does enough damage that it just kind of fully takes out the helm. So that shell goes clear in through the viewport, kind of like pulse drills its way through and into the cockpit itself, where it does what shells are designed to do, and it starts to detonate. The ship is fairly heavily damaged at this point and is going to start to, like, you see the engine starting to sputter. You see the jet starting to sputter, but the Tenebris is zooming in. I know somebody mentioned the arms.
Arms, yeah.
Are you using them?
Yes.
Because you can try to catch this thing before it hits the ground if you want.
Yeah.
We're about to do a ship-to-ship trust fall.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Catch me.
Then I gotta ask, who's operating the arms? Because Cassidy can pilot the ship, and Cassidy can operate the arms from the cockpit. But Cassidy can't do both those things and fire the gun from the outside. So somebody's gonna have to be on the arms.
Hey, so Dickie, you remember how you said you're in the med bay?
Okay.
What if you were
all armored? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna require surgical precision.
Yeah.
Sure. Which you can do on a ship-sized salvage arms. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Okay, great. So you are going to be acting fast. You're going to roll with gut.
Okay, not my worst stat, which is good. It's a 6.
Oh no.
6 is not going to make it, but somebody could help.
I was about to say there's someone in engineering who might be able to boost the power a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would love to offer that assistance.
All right. Very cool. So you are calling for help, Dickie, essentially. Jojo, you are free to do that. How many +1s do you want to add to this roll? 1 will get it to a 7. You could try to go for the full 10. That's up to you.
I'm looking right now. Dick and I have, I think, 2 together. Both of us have 2 heat.
Yeah. What's the tautness?
Top. We're top.
All right.
So you
then
add 2.
Yeah. If you want, you would add 2.
Okay.
So that's automatically going to get you to an 8.
So
which just leaves
we could take 2 more.
Yep. And so the helping crew member, which is you, Jojo, would be the one to suffer the consequences. So you can take 1 harm. The room can take 1 harm. Something important can break and must be repaired. You heat your chain, or the chain tightens.
I'd like to have 1 harm in, and let me double check the engineering room's health before I decide. Yeah, we're full there. I'd like to take 1 harm, making me bloody, scorched, or shattered, and then 1 harm to the engineering room to bring us to 10.
Okay. All right. So you take a harm, and then Dickie, you take the engine is going to take harm as well. Perfect. So what that means basically is that Dickie, I think, as we see this, the Tenebris is swooping in as the prison transport is starting to tumble from the sky. It didn't get very high off the ground, but it's enough that, like, you're not confident everybody's going to survive if you don't pull this off. Meanwhile, these very obviously grafted on salvage arms, because you are not a member of the Scrappers Union. You are not a scrapping ship. You just have this functionality to get, like, a little side cash from time to time, and because it's useful. So these arms unfold and, like, start to close, like, and start to try to close in. But Dickie, the controls are not responding, probably because you haven't used these in so long. They haven't been properly serviced. So something is not connecting, basically, from the arms to the controls to the engine.
Joe, something's wrong. They're not extending right.
Shit, give me 1 second here. There's you see there's like a light blinking error on the top of the engineering room stuff. So she is just cranking her legs to shoot up to the top, right where they're unstable. And I think she slams the switch down, and similar to last time, there's like an overcharge effect. The electricity goes down and then back up into Jojo, scorching her. So then you hear a, okay, it's got it. Okay.
That did it. That did it.
Incredible.
Yes. There's a smoldering part of her tank top. She takes out a cigarette, lights it, and smokes it. You owe me a new pack.
Amazing. Holy shit.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. God.
This is an unhinged group.
Line
Yep.
cook energy.
Line cook energy, truly. It's never been more on display than right now.
Greased up bitch.
Dickie, you have the controls, and now they're functioning smooth as butter. Arms go out, they close in, and like right as you're not positive you're going to make it for just a split second, but then as the Nephilim passes directly overhead, the arms shoot in, clamp down on either side of the prison transport, and you can feel that you have it securely in your clutches.
We got her. We're good.
I'm gonna get back into the ship, and then we're gonna fly off.
Cool. What is your plan for the prison ship now? Like with the arms, and we'll probably just cut to this, whatever it looks like. But with the arms, you can like basically do I guess we could call it a soft dock, which would basically just be like holding up one end of the prison transport to like your ship. Don't give me that look. I know what I said.
Flaccid dock. Got it. Super good.
Yeah.
Stop docking.
Yeah. Get it out of your system.
Got it. So we can't put the prison ship in us, is what I'm hearing.
It is slightly bigger than the Nephilim, even with part of it destroyed. Yeah.
And honestly, we don't need this flying hunk of junk. It's slow and stupid anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can bring the prisoners onto our ship. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We should probably make sure there aren't any other guards on it.
Oh well, yeah, obviously.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah, no, for
Do
sure.
you want me to like shake the ship a little bit so that they're confused?
I think we'll jump ahead to like you all standing in your cargo bay, and you've basically held the ship up to the dock, and you've gone over. There were a couple guards in uniforms with weapons, but like they dropped them and put their hands up as soon as you stepped on board, and we're like, nope, yeah, we're done. We're done.
Great.
You're in charge.
Fantastic. Okay. Who you work
Jakes.
for doesn't matter. We'll be taking the prisoners.
You got it.
Okay. All right, Jogoro, go ahead.
Yeah, I think she starts shouting for shakes.
Yeah, you pull over, like you bring over about 20 people in restraints, who were held in these cell capsules. You let them out, and then you bring them over to your ship. So now, like, you've discarded the hulk of the prison transport. You're in the cargo bay. You've got these random prisoners. What's up, Dickie?
I know we destroyed the helm, but is it possible that there are other ship computers on there that we can get like mission information from? Who owned this vessel? Like what
Even
was in the ship's computers, so that we have a little more info?
I think a lot of the computer systems were destroyed with the shipbreaker, but you could scrape it if you want to hold on to it. You just might not have the opportunity for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
might be good to even we know who we're picking up. Just because we got shakes don't mean we know the other 19.
It's true. I'm gonna, while we're letting the prisoners out, I will talk to the guards. So, I work in curiosity. Who hired you?
I mean, we're part of the military. We're part of the war efforts.
Oh,
We were sent down from the warship to collect the prisoners.
Right. On a non-military vessel.
I think. Would you say you're more fast talking or threatening someone in this
I'm a
case.
fast talking, certainly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so roll with face. It's the same roll either way, but roll with face.
Yeah. Yeah. 11.
All right. Cool.
I love these gunslinger dice a lot. It's gonna suck real bad when the luck runs out, and everything's just gonna be real bad. There's gonna be an episode that's gonna be real bad.
Okay. Yeah. So one of them is just going to like clam up entirely and is just going to like, actually, I think one of them, there's a younger one and there's an older one. The older man is a little more grizzled. It looks like he's seen more shit. The younger one, his eyebrows furrow. He's been doing most of the talking, I think. His eyebrows furrow and he says, I'll do respect. Please don't shoot me. But what are you talking about? Of course it's...
I'm not going to shoot you. But this is definitely not a military vessel. So, but you're a part of the war efforts, and I'm going to look over at the older man.
He's kind of just got his arms crossed over his chest. I
mean, are you with one of the families?
No, we work for the military. We work for the party. Fuck it. Guess it doesn't matter now. No one knew how popular starting a war with Mars would be, or who would move against the party in the event that there was opposition. Behooved them to be able to claim that, you wouldn't say behooved. It was convenient for them to be able to claim that some kind of rogue faction.
Ah, I see.
Of course, no one would really believe it, but it'd hold up in the courts.
Oh, of course.
Enough to avoid another world war.
Yeah, and they can always rebuild popular opinion. Okay. Well, hey. Thanks for sharing.
Does that mean you'll let us go?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't planning on killing you.
Not much reason for us to go back to the ship now either. You can leave us here on Mars.
That's fine. Like, you trying to go into... You know what?
I don't really think we're in a position to be picky.
No, that's fair. Okay, well, you've already given up your guns, so you'll have to relent to whatever rules they pass down to you in independence.
Yeah. It'll be better.
Probably, yeah. Food's good there. Oh, there's that. It's just gonna...
Yeah. And while you were having that conversation, Cassidy, Jojo, you did manage to find Shakes, and you have all of the access codes to unlock the restraints. He's real happy to see you. Shakes is a shaky little guy. He is built pretty small, exacerbated by the fact that he is very skinny, like almost on the verge of kind of emaciation. One eye is a little bit like bulging, and you've never really been sure if that's just the way it is naturally or if he's just kind of got a tick in the other eye. But like one is kind of like a little bit of a bug eye, and then the other one is like much more narrow. He has kind of an olive collection and this like black hair that's sort of naturally just a little bit spiky, sticking up in all kinds of directions. A little bit of stubble on his face, and he's got some tattoos, but they're all pretty innocuous, like just a couple like bands around each of his arms and things like that. He's very happy to see you though, and he says, "Oh gosh, Jojo, I don't know how to thank you. I didn't think that I was going to be getting out of this one. I mean, we've been in some scrapes before, but I thought this was the end. I thought that this was the one."
Slap. Get a nice
Thank you.
slap, not enough to hurt, and then he goes, "Come here, you know the real," and then pulls him into just a like quick friendly peck on the other cheek. So slap on one side, peck on the other, very Taka. Shakes. What the fuck got you up here? What they do? They rounded you up. What happened?
I mean, what do you do when a ship appears just in orbit like that? You want to know why it's there. And I was here on Mars doing some work, and I wanted to know what was going on. And I guess I don't know. I guess they found me. I guess they had people like on the inside, you know,
On the inside,
just like among the populace. Like we got rounded up in the middle of the night. Everybody here's got a similar story. We just kind of got rounded up in the middle of the night, transported all the way out there to the middle of nowhere where the ship was waiting for us.
well, all right. Figures that Earth Coalition would be down within the populace of Independence or wherever already. But did you find what you were looking for? Did you find anything useful?
I mean, not really. I knew that they were. I figured out that they were coalition. I figured out that they were Earth Coalition, and that it was a military vessel. But I mean, the signal was all weird. And then they caught me.
He's talking about the warship, not the prison ship, correct?
Right.
About
Yes.
the weird signals? Okay.
Yep.
Weird signals. Huh.
Yeah, they weren't military encoded.
They were civilian?
They weren't civilian. I mean, it was high tech stuff. Like it was quality. It was coalition too, like party coalition, but
Not on official
military.
channels. Huh. All right. That might prove useful, but we really need you to help send a message for us. And Cass has got the details. I'll introduce you to the captain. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm your man. I can get anything to anybody.
I know that, Shakes. Glad to see you on the right side up. Come on,
I really can't thank you enough, Jojo.
No, you can't, but you can add it to my tab. Come on. I
Got
ain't
it all
gonna
up
let
here.
another time. I know you do, Shakes. Come on. Yeah, I think she'd wheel him to the whatever acted as our communications hub, and then send a message that to Cass that Shakes was ready for him.
Yeah, he dives into the system pretty much right away, and he says, "All right, whoever's going to be doing the talking, you're going to want to get him here now because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep this open."
Cap, it's all you. We're live and ready.
Right here. Okay. And then I'm gonna call my friend.
Okay. You're going to call... so here's the question. Who are you calling? Because he can open a channel for you, but you mentioned talking to Maeve before you...
Oh, shit.
Leave the planet.
I mean, well, we're going to have to drop all these guys off anyway. So we can do a quick...
I mean, you're still kind of on the planet now. Like you could... Like you could kill two birds with one stone, essentially. You could like leave these people here and like when you're talking to Maeve, get the coordinates. I guess the real question is like, because once you get up there and once you engage this warship, you don't know what's going to happen. You also don't know if you could make it to Independence in like good speed before like the bombardment happens. So like there's a lot of different factors. You don't know when this bombardment's going to happen, but if the prison transport doesn't make it and they figure out that it was destroyed, probably sooner rather than later. You don't want to take these people off world with you, but you can leave them here and let Maeve know where they are. And then you can basically try to get off-world and do whatever it is you're going to do with the warship on your way out, if you want.
Yeah, might as well. That might have to be the case. Okay. So then, yeah, we're gonna talk to Maeve.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, he shakes, like his fingers fly across the hollow keypad, and then you see the little box pop up on the console that shows Maeve's face. The signal warbles a little bit, flickers in and out, but then it seems to like steady. And
Okay.
Maeve is looking back at you. She says, Cassidy, is that
Okay.
you?
Yeah, it's me. We're gonna make this quick. The Earth Coalition ship is planning on a bombardment. We don't know the specific locations, but we figured Independence was going to be one of the main spots. We have intercepted the prisoner ship that they had, and that they were waiting for to start the bombardment. We're going to drop these guys off. I'm going to leave them with Nevin and our friend Shakes. Shakes is going to be your communication man from here on out. Isn't that right, Shakes?
Yes, sir. Mr. Laney, nice to see you again.
There you go. Yeah, you need a signal out. He's your man to get it. So we're going to leave the coordinates. We're going to go deal with the ship. So,
Cassidy, we have ships, but we got to get them. We're not ready. What is it you're going to do?
we're going to. Well, the hope is to blast it out of the sky. Or
It's
at
a
least
warship.
Yeah. Or at least debilitated enough where it can't do anything to you guys, and it'll take a while for it to recoup.
You seem so confident. I'm inclined to believe you, but what can your ship possibly do to that thing?
We got the sauce. Don't you just shake your head at me, Alex. You shake your head at me.
That was me enjoying the sauce.
I can't ask you to do that.
It's a good thing you didn't ask me.
All right, look. If you can get up there, if you can do anything to that thing to even the odds just a little bit, we'll scramble everything we got. We'll get support up there in the sky. Take it from there.
Okay, well, come and get your people.
We'll send a crawler.
I'm leaving them in Nevin's capable hands.
All right.
Okay. Good luck.
Cassidy,
Yes, mate.
no matter what happens, no one's ever going to forget what you're about to do.
You know, that sounded an awful lot like goodbye. So how about you say this for me instead? See you around, Space Cowboy.
Yeah, I ain't saying that, but
Wow. Wow.
I meant it both ways, Captain Starrunner. You do this, no one's going to shut up about you. From one side of the system to the other.
Okay. Well,
You ready to stop hiding?
that was going to happen one way or the other. So, yeah, I guess so.
Thank you.
welcome. Right. And he's going to end it before we...
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fucking ha.
She didn't say see you around, Space Cowboy. It was so rude.
I know, and it was such a good line.
Thank you. Like, set up a perfect moment. Just, yeah, I'm not doing that. Fine. I got her. Okay. We need to...
We'll get her next time.
Yeah. All right. We need to get the show on the road. Yeah? All right.
Let's do this. I'll be in engineering room. We'll be ready.
Okay. Good. So, hey, Doc.
Yeah.
You've got the best bedside manner. Can you escort our friends off the ship? I got to do some math.
Yes, okay. Dickie will go into full tourist guide mode.
Okay.
Because he was the one who often gave Yelchin Foundation tours to not perspectives, but the people who were
New students.
admitted.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he immediately pulls out his data pad and is like, if you'd all like to follow me, please. And he will start walking backwards and taking people off the ship.
Even better, he feels like an alumni, like, guide. Look at all of the new things we're doing here at the Yelchin Foundation.
If only I could have graduated as opposed to this alternative.
Right.
Oh well, it's fine.
Thank you for your donation dollars.
Dickie would have absolutely phone banked if donations to the foundation were required in a society that needed money, but we don't, so it's all fine.
I do want to check in because it's just about 11 p.m. now. Is everybody okay if we go just a tiny bit long for one more scene?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
let
about
me
it.
blow up the ship, William. Let me
Okay.
blow up the ship, William. so sorry.
We've had this thing hovering over us for
Yeah.
literally for months. So let's
But
go.
you're about to leave a whole bunch of people behind on a planet. You're not sure if you're ever going to see them again. So it seems only right to say that, Cassidy, as you were preparing for all of this, maybe taking a second to yourself in your quarters, there's a gentle tap, tap, tap on your door.
Who is it?
It's me. You recognize Nevin's
Yeah, I
voice.
know. You're the only one that would knock. Come in.
Door slats open. Nevin is standing there in the doorway, and he just takes like a little bit of a step forward, leans in the doorway. He's playing with something in his hands and not making eye contact with you.
Are you again? Are you that other version of you that I saw earlier?
That's just it. Very astute, Cassidy.
Okay. So is this Horus? Are you Horus? Should I start making the distinction?
Horus is the only thing that I am. When you get right down to it. But it was nice. It was nice being Nevin.
Elaborate.
He turns around and kind of cranes his neck to the side just enough that you can see when a little bit of his skin slides back to reveal a data port.
I think it takes a second for him to process. So Cassidy just like sort of hops up and goes to look. Huh. Sure. Math's not math. The first person I have legitimate feelings for isn't. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
To be honest, I thought you had more questions.
No. We still have a job to do. So, if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get back to that. You still need your project, right? Your thesis?
My sister.
Right. Okay.
You want to keep things professional, and I understand that. I thought one way or another I'd be returning this to you. And he holds out the thing that he's been playing with in his hands, which is the bandana.
Good. Couldn't give this back to who I actually belong to. I turn to leave. I instantly regretted that. I regretted it, but I can't take it back.
He does not move to stop you. He lets you pass by him. I think there is a moment where you are sort of abreast of each other, just kind of side by side. There's a pause and a tension in the air for just a split second, like maybe you're about to say something, maybe he's about to say something. Then it passes as your foot makes contact with the deck of the Tenebris on the outside of the room. And that spell is broken. And you walk away, leaving him standing alone in the doorway of your room. And that's the last time you saw him. Aside from as he was looking up as the Tenebris took off on its way to an impossible fight. That's where we're going to end the session of
Nephilim
Tenebris.
Fair. No, that's fair. That's an ouch.
Ooh.
It's
Cowboys doing cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
immediately regretted it when I said those words, and I was like, but he would say it. I can't take those back now.
Mamas,
It
don't
was-
let your sons grow up to be cowboys.
Wow.
Oh, that was hard, but fuck.
Well, we did it. We did it.
We did it.
We
did
did
the
it.
thing.
Gotta
We
get
did
off
all
this
the-
planet.
We did all the things that we were here to do. Let's go down the checklist. Free the prisoners, check. Did some cool shit, check. Blew some shit up, check. Q hurt his own feelings, check. Yeah, I guess we're good to sign off for the night.
Full
I don't
list.
know if I can. This new Quinston who's constantly hurting himself. I can't. Why?
Winston, stop.
Oh, are we doing this
Winston,
again? Are we
Winston,
doing this
please.
again?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Okay, all right, cool. This is the new thing. Great. All right. Well, we're gonna go around and do our introductions where everybody can tell you who they are, who they've been playing tonight, where you can find them, what they got going on, starting with Alex, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Hi, I'm Alex. I've been playing Dr. Richard Courtney, or Sawbones. Richard doesn't like contributing to fights, and we seem to be getting into them, but that's kind of the nature of the game, I guess. Maybe someday we'll have a nice beach episode or a medical conference or something nice like that.
Your request has been noted.
Thank you. I don't really have anything going on apart from this, so you can catch me here. Yeah, that's all. This is nice. It's nice to be back.
I agree.
Oh, hi. My name is Eli. I was playing Padlock. I am the resident ghost of Mayday Roleplay. We're an awesome AP content creation team making dramatic shit similar like what you saw here tonight. As we enjoy to cry amongst our friends. You can check us out on Saturday as we get to play our Vegas by Night campaign, or our Vampire the Masquerade campaign, Vegas by Night, where we get into all sorts of stuff like swashbuckling duels with the Hakata and all sorts of other things in between. When I'm not hanging out with Mayday, you can find me at a Ghost of Eli. I do a bunch of other stuff. I am a pro creative audio person. I make things and assortment of stuff. So if you follow me there on that Twitter, you can see all the cool things that I am doing. So check it all out.
Hell yeah. Quinston, if you're ready.
Hi, I'm Q, also known as Quinston, your friendly neighborhood cowboy maker. When you don't see me here, you can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. So on alternate Tuesdays, you can see me over on Entropy Emporium, where they call us villains, which is a horror masks game. I'm playing the saddest, angriest boy that ever did live. And then alternating Tuesdays back here on LFTA, you can see me for Redacted, which is a psychological thriller. It was which somebody's the 24. I think it's. No, I don't want to say it and be wrong. Yeah, it's some spooky guy's 24. And then every other Saturday, except not for a little bit because we all got busy things to do. But you can find me for Class Reunion, where a bunch of people got isekai'd, and I'm like the only one. I'm the roommate. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then finally, because I cannot keep forgetting, Fridays. Fridays, you can find me out wherever you get your podcasts, or if you're on the YouTube, over at the Code Switchin' Naturally podcast, where we talk about a number of different subjects and topics. We just be shooting the shit, but it is all from the lens of being Black in America. We are existing in this raggedy bitch and just doing the best we can day by day.
100%. Love Kiefer Sutherland. So 100%. Rose? You're muted.
I totally was muted. Thank you very much. Hola, y'all. I am Rose. I was playing Jojo, the engineer. you can catch me on alternating Tuesdays, also on Entropy Emporium, where I play the most wholesome mother around that's helping shepherd these kids into better enlightenment. And it's definitely not scary at all. It's a good time, and you should check it out. That is my only other thing. But you can catch me on Rose from the Grave all underscores. Be well, be cool. Thanks everybody for watching.
Oh, yeah. And hello. Hi, my name is Will. I was your storyteller this evening. This is Frodo. He's asleep, mostly. Yeah, there's some stuff happening. Thursday of this week, you can catch me over at Entropy Emporium running God Complex, Girl by Moonlight game, about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting kaiju again at the end of time. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at Entropy Emporium. It's a good time. It's speaking of feelings getting hurt, I would highly recommend checking that out. Then the following night, Friday night, is going to be episode 2 of Metalloteens and the City of Tomorrow, which is a Masks game that I am playing in. Never get to play Masks. Over on Exquisite Corpse Presents. I am playing our resident bull, Everett Jones, superhero name yet to be revealed, and he's a big old grumpy cinnamon roll, inspired by War and Peace from Sky High. So you will probably be attracted to him. Sunday night, we will be back here on Live from the Apocalypse, recording some new episodes of Academy H, our Masks Actual Play podcast, which has a bunch of episodes out if you want to look those up and listen to them. A little bit of a podcast release hiatus at the moment because of life, but we record the episodes live, so you can always get your fix that way if you want. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, season 2 of our Monster of the Week podcast, Cryptid Community College, is currently releasing every other Sunday. I believe a new episode will be out this Sunday, in fact, if you want to listen to that. If you want to hear me do a bad Scottish accent as Fletcher Bain, you can check that out. But I think that is everything that I have to talk about. So we are going to disappear in just a second. And if you're not already following the channel, you can do that. There are social links in the chat. There is a Discord link in the chat if you want to join the community. It's a great place full of great people. We'd love to have you be a part of it. We're gearing up to do some stuff for Extra Life, too. So we'll be putting out some casting stuff about games and things. Yeah, we're going to disappear in just a second, but we're going to raid Lost Caravan, see some friends over there, and follow along, say hi, be friendly. But from all of us here at Live from the Apocalypse, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Right.
Night, everybody.